everyone, welcome to Rojo Tarot. Today we're going to do something a little bit different than also what I'm used to. And when I say that, I also mean I just wanted to have a little bit more light. I have a special guest. Ready? Ta-da! This is my special guest. This is ik zie wat jij niet ziet. Je boosheid is je verdriet. And I have her as my special guest here today because she is also one of the artworks that started and that is included in my current body of work right now. You can see here on the edges, this is what the background color used to be of this painting. So it's a lot more brighter. It's orange, it's reddish even. It's passion, it's anger. Je boosheid is je verdriet. Isn't that so beautiful? How I actually never thought of that. The red color symbolizes anger, passion. And what is it disguised as? It's disguised as this really blue sad color, or people tend to look as verdriet, sadness, as the color blue as well. But sadness and the color blue also symbolize how deep we feel. You know, the depths of our emotions, how much we hold inside of us. The fact that this blue was able to mask an orange, a red, a passion like that. At the start of this painting, this woman, she also had a snake right here, around her arm. Almost like her friend, her bestie, you know? But also when I was painting it, the snake also seemed like she could strike at any moment in her face, but she's too busy looking this way. Over her back, over her shoulder. I'm getting something significant about looking over the shoulder. It's as if she was already looking the other way, you know, she was already looking the other way and in the other direction. But she chose to specifically turn back and look back to remind you. She's looking back to remind you what the anger really was and what this sadness really is. I see what you don't see. Your anger is actually your sadness. So to all of the people who tend to be called so emotional, too much to handle because they're always crying, they're always sad. Oh, they probably are just not, they don't even know what they feel. No, bro. What I feel specifically for anyone who is watching this, and if you resonate with this, if this is a message for you, you will feel it. And if it's not, you also are here to, I guess, listen to the process behind this artwork. I created this, nearly a year ago, if not more. And I had created it, I had been working on it, and even in my mind, I wasn't even sure what I was creating. At first, I had started out with this passion, with this excitement, with this, you know, paint, and then eventually I just lost momentum. Something I was feeling, probably certain scenarios in my life influenced this as well. Probably also influenced you. if you have so many things that you've had to bottle up or felt like you had to bottle up, anger that wasn't allowed to be showed, but other people's anger was allowed to be showed on top of you. Other people's anger was more valid than yours, because the second that you opened your mouth, that you also wanted to express what you also have inside, it was a problem. It's a, oh my God, all of a sudden you're talking a lot. You can't do that. Do you not have respect? Do you not have respect for me? Showing me your anger like that. Because sometimes anger also inflicts and carries words that you don't even want to say. Words that have been told to you. Anger, bottled up from all of those moments that they also experienced, gets fucking washed over you for what? And the thing is that at some point, people, when they don't have the freedom to speak, to be heard, to be believed, anger, despite the emotions, becomes the preferred way of communicating, because it's like they have so much inside of their freaking bodies. It's an emotion that comes that's slightly a bit more, spicy. Around those emotions there, it's like a whole flood just comes through. As if the flood also loses itself. It's like it just goes, Long hair is wisdom, my darling. And I know I've got my beautiful short hair right now. I love having moments where I cut my hair. Or when I say I love, it's something that I feel. It just feels sometimes that my hair, ooh, baby. It can be so heavy with things that you also keep, that you choose to keep, that are just, and then I genuinely, energetically feel that heaviness, that annoyance, that I don't know if you guys resonate. And if you're someone with long, beautiful hair like this, probably, probably, but you probably also really love your hair. You probably also have moments where you don't. It's normal. But hair also means a level of wiseness, okay? Hair also means the storage of knowledge, of memories. After having created this work, several years or a year later and a few months later, I had a vision. And when I say a vision, it's like when you close your eyes and you enter a particular state in your mind where images and feelings and specific things related to senses come up. And I saw a woman with white hair. There's something about remembrance here. If you are somebody who has also had these dreams, these visions, this feeling, white hair specifically in this case, white long hair like this, I feel it's so specific in this moment. It's like I don't even know what to say. It's like if you resonate, you resonate. I cannot tell you how you resonate to this white hair because you deep down, you know. And this is just confirmation, baby. You are not alone. And what you think is as significant as you probably think it is. And I'm not saying that it is true, because like I said, everybody has their own experiences. What I'm trying to say is, if you resonate, you resonate, and if you know, you know, and if you don't, and if you feel curious, even to those people who are curious about this, thinking, I have been thinking about white hair today, or yesterday I saw someone with white hair and I felt a particular way. Listen to that. Listen. I also feel that here, red, orange is such a loud color sometimes. Ooh, I got goosebumps. And like I kind of want to cry. It's such a loud color sometimes, but this blue, although it seems really deep, it is also quite silent. Like when you go into the depths of the ocean, you also don't hear a lot. I mean, of course, depends if you are next to whales, dolphins, or if you're next to Antarctica and there's freaking ice everywhere and you can hear the cracking. Of course, I don't mean it like that, but there's a type of silence that you hear. Or when you put your head underwater, there's also a type of silence. But that silence is subconscious, but it also is conscious, because in our consciousness we also have exposure to silence. The silence is a teacher, it's wiseness. Do you think our hair talks? And I know that's a weird connection to make, but do you think our hair it has a mouth to tell us the wisdom that it holds, that it keeps, that it remembers? It's attached to our minds. So I guess through those nerves, we can connect and access what we can store in our hair. Or what is stored in our hair, or, It also may influence your, the way in which you receive wisdom. I'm also feeling that it can be through anger. It can be through certain moments when, you just need to be so fired up to eventually just believe yourself also. Because it's like your emotions are also not lying to you. A lot of the times people like to say that. They like to say that your emotions, they're too much, and that they are too much. And when they say too much, it's like, it's overdoing it. It's overdoing the truth. It's not. Sometimes the truth is exactly what it needs to be, as ugly as you cry, as deep as the hurt sounds when you cry. I'd like to move on to some cards, because I am also trying to not make the readings that long, because I also realize that I'm pretty good at that. Keep going, keep talking. Alright, I'm gonna keep her here. And we're gonna tune in real quick, just so that we can get acclimatized with the decks. I'm actually feeling called to use the Black Lilith Cosmic Alchemy Oracle Death by Adama Sese, and artwork by Carlos Fama. Break free and reclaim your power. I'm reading this today because it's relevant. Break free and reclaim your power. Break free from, I feel like this energy today, whenever you're watching this, there is a particular need to, and I wouldn't say need, but there's something that's brewing that's allowing you to break free. It's also connected to astrology right now. Okay, so the moon is also allowing you, is also sending you certain energies that that allow you to feel, because I was gonna say, one will know this, one will know what the energy is or what the vibes are when they wake up, and also depending on the dreams that they have. So for you in the mornings, when you take a deep breath after you wake up and you sort of think about what you dreamt of and the energy that lingers after you had that dream, the energy that stays with you, that changes with you throughout the day, is also significant. I also just want to say to certain people who find this video and haven't gone too deep into these things yet, or you have, but now it's also a certain feeling of, oh, somebody else also thinks like this. You're in the right place. And I feel like I feel very much like, wow, like someone needs help. And someone needs help to understand how to protect themselves. Someone needs help to remember what it feels like to be aware of the energies around you, because it's like a language. It is like our eyes. You know how when we're looking at our environment, we have focal points that we focus on. And when we focus on a certain point, whatever else is around us is not as focused. It seems like background. This is the same as our bodies being able to feel, to recognize the changes in the energies around us, because essentially we are also a swimming pool of energies. We are a swimming pool of air, small water particles that we're able to breathe, because there's a lot more oxygen here than in water. Or, also in the way that it's accessible to us. Breathing through anger, to break free, to realize that this anger, despite its volatility, if that's even a word, despite how volatile it is, remember that you can always breathe through it, my dear. And at times, breathing through it allows you to remember more, to be more confident in yourself and in your emotions, because you're also able to bring yourself in this grounded space, which, yes, it is true, people tend to find more credit in people who speak from a more grounded space, because people believe that if someone is not influenced by their emotions, it must be true. But doesn't that also seem like a lie, or it seems very surface level? And so things can always be interpreted in many ways, but if one person, let's just get some cards, shall we? Interesting. So, And we have 33. We have calcination, dark night of the soul, but in reverse. There you go, babes. Dark night of the soul, eh? It's over now. This sadness, this blue, this darkness of trying to mask this anger, this passion, these emotions within you that come so rawly, so authentically, so naturally to you. Of course, influenced by all that you've experienced. But there's finally, look, Uranus, it did fall a little bit on the side here, but it's a spark of genius and ascension. Period. You're also starting to understand yourself better now. Because you're also starting to understand that your emotions are also your intelligence. Your emotions are the truth that comes out before your words can even find a frequency to say it that exactly resonates with how you feel. Do you understand? People who like to manipulate people tend, like, consciously manipulate, but it can also be, of course, things that people carry with them that they don't even realize because they also are trying to find things, or there are, of course, different notions to things and different reasons and different intentions. It's not always bad and it's not always good and it's not always one of the two, it's in between. Or not at all. Fuck if I know what that is. You know, like, why did that come through? I don't know. Maybe someone here feels like that. This feeling of not being understood because of how you express yourself, because of the way that maybe you look. In the Battle of Troy, I can't remember her name now, but there was a woman who was also gifted when it came to foresight. She tried to warn the warriors that, man, that freaking wooden horse over there ain't a good idea to bring into the castle, guys. Something is wrong with that thing, guys. Something is wrong about all of this, guys. Maybe we shouldn't be celebrating right the fuck now, guys. Everyone's like, but what do you know? What do you know? And behind all of it, there was some type of knowing here. And then in the end, they all partied and then they died. I know that's so blatant and that's so fucking straight to the point, but that is literally also the intensity of what I'm feeling this as. It's the anger, it's the rage. I feel it with you. I don't know if you can probably hear it in my voice, but I'm feeling it, babes. I feel it in the way that the chills come up to my face. That they want to go and prick my eyes so that I can cry. Because it was one way that I could properly expel all of this without being told to shut the fuck up, because sometimes when you cry, people tend to come to you and feel pity. People tend to come to you with more consideration about why the fuck you're crying. People tend to sit down, actually, and try to listen to what you have to say. But lately, I'm also feeling that some people have also experienced that they can't express themselves in any fucking way. Not even when you're crying. Because that also means that something is wrong. That, oh my God, you used to be such a happy person. What happened? Shadow release. That's what happened. Because when it comes to shadow release, when it comes to coming out of the dark night of the soul, this period of time where you're surrounded by darkness. You're learning, my babes. You are learning so much about yourself and the world. Look at you, a skeleton standing on this freaking ball. You realize that your body, the bones inside of you, and the meat around you, the meat is relevant to everything. Like when I say relevant, I mean, you look at the skeleton figure here and it's like, oh my god, they've got skeletons. So that means that they're dead, or that means that, you know, it doesn't mean that they're a person. But to me, when I'm looking at this card, this skeleton's body, flesh, is his environment. You know that idea of how plants have microcosms, right? They have their own microcosm, their own climate sort of regulation bubble thing. We have the same. What I also am getting here is that because you have a microcosm, it also feels like a deeper understanding. So, a deeper understanding of your connection to the universe, of the world. How your matter, this is also this. This is also this. This is also this. This is also us. It's trying to bring also a type of relationship, a relationship to the world, guys. It's also really interesting because when they say shadow release and he's a skeleton, you know how our solid bodies also form shadows when we're in the sun or in the moonlight? If the moonlight be that strong, you know? But in this case, if the sun shines on him, you're gonna see a lot of open spaces and a lot of light come through, and just the bones might even just cause a brief shadow, small shadow, smaller shadow than what you would have if you were in your body form suit, whatever you want to call it. Excuse me. Confirmation. Wow. This one was on my lap because it fell with the putrefaction. This is Adama. This is Mother Earth. And she fell in reverse here. And I'm just looking at the image, right? If I were to turn this Adama card upright, look. Doesn't this seem familiar? Look at this crown on his head. Look at her crown. She is wearing a flower crown here. So the flower crown, and because they're also lilac, it also has to do with the crown chakra. Purple, lilacs, crown chakra, or, you know. I'm getting that link that I just made to you are the earth and the earth is you. It's linking to this picture here, and I think the image speaks for itself. This kind of looks like a dragon to me, the way this water here looks. And it's interesting because just a few moments ago I also had something come through about dragons. But I was thinking about a movie, I think, or something. But it wasn't like now. It was earlier today. Let's see. We're gonna do a few cards from this deck and then we're gonna move to another deck quickly. The Black Madonna, Sacred Dark Goddess Mother. After going through this dark night of the soul, after finally understanding and receiving the wisdom that has always been inside of you, of going through the journey of learning to understand this wisdom, learning to work with this wisdom, learning to listen and to trust. You've now become this person, this goddess, this this type of person who now feels like they can nurture not only themselves but other things. Not only just, for example, a child, but I think the child is very significant here. Because children, generations, the world, the minds of every child, of every human being on this planet, they're also contributing to the way the world is working right now. Each person in the world has energy, has a certain level of power that can influence a lot. And we all know that. And people say, use your voice. Fight for your rights. Use your voice, but it's also use your mind. And once the mind is aware, the voice can be used in a way as a tool of resolving, of reflection, of awareness, of truth, of love. It's like the whole world trying to relearn what Adama, Mother Earth, is here for and all about. This universal love energy. Freedom. I see the two birds here. I'm also getting specifically, especially if you are someone who feels like someone is tampering with your life, with the way that you love, who you love, because they also have their own projections of what love means. They also have their own projections of what it is to love, how they experienced it, what they hear, There's a level of protection here as well, because these people also have things above their head. Here in what the fuck is this called? Calcination. She's got Saturn, I believe, on her head. I might be wrong. Saturn? Saturn's rings. And then he's got the crown. And she's wearing this beautiful headdress. So what I'm also getting is that there's something about Saturn here. Oh, it's hot. And why am I wearing a white blouse? Because I felt like it today. I felt like doing it for, these videos, because not only are they explanation videos to my artwork, like I said, but they are also, of course, tools for people to resonate with and understand with, relate to. understand bits of themselves with as well, you know, have these also be keys in their day-to-day lives, where they come across an image like this and it tells them or shows them exactly the different points or things that they were thinking about, or they felt deep down, or they knew about, and then they see it and it becomes undeniable. It's those moments that I also feel with other works, with other things in my life. And yeah. Honor your individuality. Black Moon, Lilith, and Aquarius. And just as I was talking about like love and how you love people, and you know, this card, the fact that there are also two people on here and two birdies here. Honoring one's individuality is each person honoring their own individuality. Despite standing next to each other, despite being really close and affectionate, each person honors their own individuality, especially after this process, especially after shedding and releasing and acknowledging and remembering this connection to yourself, to Mother Earth, to universal love. I'm getting something about dreams now, and because of that, we are gonna use the Matt Hughes Dreamscape Oracle deck. Dreams and water and the color blue, they're standing out to me right now. Which is on theme because the freaking background of this painting is blue. You know, even in the Uranus card, Spark of Genius and Ascension, the way blue is also the color of the earth. Also, I just wanted to say something about that because the color green is a mixture of the colors blue and yellow. And then we think, where's the yellow coming from? From the sun. The color of love, of growth, of abundance. Alright. Thank you. And is there anything that you would like to add to this? Just as I said, abundance, the koi fish. The koi fish does symbolize abundance. It does. And I'm putting it down on Adama and honor your own individuality. And it's also like on top of the two, you know, the way the water looks here. Let me show you. Okay, I need two hands. Look, water, water, water. This is also how you access your abundance. Okay? This is what I'm getting. Because it's also something that you knew. It's also a journey that you undertook knowingly. Or it could be a journey that you undertook unknowingly. Okay? And you might be seeing signs of this abundance already, you know, and the experiences that you have on a day-to-day basis. Maybe people doing things, kind things randomly, or just you feeling a lot more abundant in your world, a lot more one, a lot more hopeful, a lot more comfortable and safe and loving of yourself and the place that you're at, the position that you're at, what you're doing. You know, it also has to do about memory. We were talking about memory now, weren't we? It's about remembering and honoring your individuality, my babes. And look at her flower crown. I got this deck before I painted. I got this deck after I painted her. Look at that. Also, lilac crowns. Yeah. And because this is part of the Dreamscape Oracle, here, I'm gonna read the back. It's what I'm feeling like I need to do. Dreams are natural portals into another realm of consciousness where we see the unseen and comprehend the incomprehensible. We are not alone in this other world. We have guides that help us understand visions unveiled during dream time. I just got chills. Okay. There we go. Dreamscape Oracle represents 32 guides, some animal messengers, some mythological archetypes to help us explore the liminal spaces in our lives. So, I'm getting if someone actually saw a fish yesterday, today, it could be in a picture, in a movie, or if somebody heard fish, koi fish, that could be really significant for you. Gold, blue, lilac. Then you know you're. I have so many chills. You're in the right place, and you're doing. I was gonna say you're doing what you need to do, and it's. Yeah. The gate in reverse. Remember when we were talking, they just mentioned the portals and stuff? And I'm putting it on top of Shadow Release and Mother Earth. Excuse me. I'm getting that it must have been a tiring process. Okay? And a process where you also didn't think that, this one wants to come out, that you didn't think you could create portals, you could create gates, when really they were also just in your mind all along. Whatever you dreamt of were also showing you possibilities of the truth. Possibilities of what's to come. Possibilities of things that you also need to learn and be aware of. Signs that also show you that you're going through a different path, that you have entered this, that you have honored your individuality, and that you've entered this sacred dark goddess energy here. Because this sacred dark goddess energy is also an energy of look at the green, of understanding, and gold and red. Look at, she's wearing red. Remember the back of this background. Look at the skin color of her. She's even emanating this redness. Gold, shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. And the red. After everything, you've embodied your anger, but you've embodied it in such a way that brought you abundance, that brought you to a place of genuine love within yourself and acceptance within yourself. This has also given you the ability to see your true abilities, who you really are, your intelligence maybe. There were moments where you doubted yourself because of this shadow. You know how a fawn can get quite jumpy, but they can also get quite testy and curious. It's also a hypersensitivity and understanding of your environment here. What we were talking about, the energies, the swimming pool. When a fawn comes close to an energy or is interacting with an energy that might even feel a bit volatile in the slightest they move and they run away. The slightest thought or imagination of someone thinking about turning them into steak, gone. Something like this is what I'm getting. But if it's kind, or if it's, chilled and they want to play around, they will. And that's on top of spark of genius and ascension. It's also the ability of knowing when to run away, move away, separate yourself from particular energies. And it might not be of fear, but just protection of your body, of who you are. It's also knowing exactly who you are in order to know how to protect yourself. What ways to protect yourself? What works for you best? Now, this reading is already at 45 minutes, and I would like to pull Blue Angel Oracle deck, a New Earth edition. And I got a Knight on Earth. This one fell out. It's also making me think of the shadow. And when we say Knight on Earth, it's making me think of how a lot of people are still living in their shadow. Also because of this limited amount of perhaps even knowledge that accesses people in the way that it needs to help them properly. Yeah, I'm also feeling that if you're someone who also feels this, that you're also learning how to make it better, how to communicate better regarding to all of this and regarding to these new changes within yourself now. There's this better understanding of whatever darkness that you were in this night. And I'm just seeing so many colors and birds. It also is floaty, just like the crown, just like Saturn, this bubble here. It's making me think that because this deck is also, New Earth Edition, it's also showing how this New Earth, or whole idea of like having you and other people around you feel that heal through this shadow, work with this shadow, not disregard it, not, it's just working with this shadow and acknowledging it for not it being always a bad thing. Of course, it carries a lot of societal, contradictions sometimes, especially when you're trying to find yourself. Wow, dragon magic. It's this ability to regenerate, to set certain things on fire. A dragon, the fire that they emit from their mouths, it could even be powered by that anger, by that passion inside of them. There's a certain way of accessing it as well, of knowing when to use it, knowing that it's a powerful thing, knowing that you are powerful. Didn't we say that did we mention dragon in here? Whoa! Why is it that the dragon is not in all zodiac signs? Think about it. Something is telling me that this dragon energy something is just telling me it's hidden for a reason, which is so weird. Why is it hidden for a reason? Hold on. Okay. So excuse me. I'm sorry if my face looks in pain sometimes. Fucking Jesus. Oh, sorry, guys. It's kind of hot. But we're gonna end this reading soon, so. Because I just pulled these cards to get a bit more clarification on this dragon energy or this dragon magic. We could even read from the book, but I think I'll do that in a bit. But it's also saying the fact that this Seven of Cups falls on top of Night on Earth and dragon magic and the gate being in reverse, it's like people... Oh, I should be a bit careful what I say. So there's... When I said it should be kept... What did I even say? Like, that it's kept secret for a reason? I said something like that? Or it's not in there for a reason? Because it's the driver of change? It is the embodiment of air, the dragon. The embodiment of fire. It is the embodiment of earth. And likely also water. Depending also on the dragon, but also dragons drink water. Dragons also receive memories and intuition, or they connect to the earth. And I'm speaking as if I'm a dragon, as if I know what it's like. I don't know. This is what's coming through. But I'm just thinking when it comes to how they were portrayed in shows and TV and whatever, and you know how people talk about them, how we see them in our minds, it also just is a being who also needs to drink water from time to time, who also needs to eat and feed from time to time, but is one with all of these elements. It is a choice that people have to make, have to choose on their own, despite how many cups that they can imagine to fill with how many things. It is being able to have people to focus on particular options in order to see the world change. Because if there are a lot of options and a lot of different things that a lot of different people are focusing on, energy distribution around the globe is very unequalized. And so by that, it also might cause chaos. It might also cause Five of Wands energy. So not really finding it easy to be one, to connect to people and resonate sometimes. Because people are on top of different things, wanting different things, seeing different possibilities, different levels of seeing possibilities and perceptions. And it's all kind of, I want to say fucked up, not gonna lie, because it's after centuries, after ancestors, and ancestors. There are certain karmic patterns within people around the whole world that are contributing to this way of not choosing a particular path that could ascend and bring this spark of genius and ascension to the world. this sort of awareness, this sort of shadow release that the world and people need to be able to feel like they are part of this globe, to genuinely feel like they're part of this planet, this Mother Earth, this Mother Gaia. To remember that they are also the child of being here. And why is that important? Because when one, and I know that this is different for a lot of people, right? Because you can have, I'm sure that you have family that you really love and that they really love you. But have you ever felt a moment where being outside brought you so much more clarity and peace than any moment, any comforting moment that your family could give to you? Because they've also been through things. They've also been through shit. And a lot of the times, these karmic cycles stay within them for years on an end, stagnant and stuck. For different reasons. Whether it is you have enough money to go to a therapist to actually talk about all these things to release. Whether you actually have someone next to you to do that. Whether you are aware and not scared of communicating with Mother Earth and perhaps even certain energies around you if you're sensitive like this. At times the world can be so driven by you need people, you need people, you do need people. We are surrounded by people, the people is the world. We are this. So in a sense we also lean on each other for the betterment of our own lives. Some other cards came through here and then I'm gonna end it, okay? You see how I said I was gonna do like a short reading? Wow, it just doesn't happen, does it? But I have here the, yeah. I have here the Two of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. Yeah. I'm getting also that this process needs to start from choosing within you. Choosing different, choosing between two different ideas of how you view the world. But that comes from a subconscious space. Because mermaids, they are able to dive deep into, oceans of emotions deeper than people who aren't. But I'm also feeling this level of wanting to protect oneself because going into the deep end can be scary. It can be fucking a lot. Like you genuinely don't. It's like you go mad for a bit, not gonna lie. It's what I'm feeling here. Because all of a sudden you're diving deep into something you've always known was there. You've always known held a lot more than you believed or known to be. And now it's like, what am I going to find? You might find a lot, babes, and you might find a lot that you don't like. A lot of it. And that's also where this whole healing process is necessary. And hard and difficult sometimes. Because you're faced with parts of yourself and parts of your own ancestry and lineage that deep down you don't resonate with, brother. Deep down, you know that those things are not you. In a way where they define you. That they are who you are. It's not like that. Yes, you carry certain things just like in genetics. You can carry things and traits within you and not express some of them. Just like here, you can carry the trait. You might be a fire sign. You might be a Sagittarius, a Leo, what other fire signs are there? Aries. You might have any of these in your chart, and I'm sure that you do. And in whatever area of your chart, it might help you with certain ways of expression if you've been struggling with certain things. Also, when it comes to understanding yourself, also understanding what you've been through, what led to all of this to happen, what led you to feel these ways. You're gonna be working so hard, or you've been working hard, or all of this was a process of working hard, of creating this light that you want to see in your own world. It's this idea, it's this realization that everybody has this ability. Everybody eventually undergoes a period where they're also carrying all of these wands that they wish to also to create. It's also these passions and things that might even ancestral. All of these sticks, red energy, anger, passion, whatever, lust, all of these things, they can also be carrying. You might be carrying these things and it might be so heavy, my darling. And all you are craving for is to just fucking be set on fire, mate. And when I say that, it's like to be set on fire and to get rid of it. To rid of this. To purify yourself. Putrefaction. In order for these flowers to bloom. And these flowers are like little projects. These flowers are the things that you love. These flowers are the joys that reside within you. The parts, the seeds inside of you that were so strong. They were strong enough to not be set on fire. Because you're also holding on to them. You're holding on to your own, and you're holding on to ancestral things. And then, it's like this, like, why the fuck am I supposed to be carrying all of this shit when I entered this world to live a best life? To live, to just enjoy. And then it's like, I am also experiencing all of these things because if I'm aware of them, I can help other people to be aware of it too, so that we can all chill the fuck out. Have these flowers blossom when they need to and in their own time. Without you having to carry a big bag. Or people around you having to carry all the time. And then they can't even look up at the sun anymore. Forgetting that the sun is even there. The sun, provider, joy, energy. The light that mixes with the blue to turn into abundant energy. I'm getting people might even influence your dreams. You might be able to influence your dreams in ways that you don't even want as well. Things that keep your mind busy that you can't even talk about, say, or feel that you can't talk about or say. That's over now. You realize this. You don't have to do this anymore. You didn't have to do it at all. This is literally just a reminder of, hey, remember that actually all of this, it doesn't even have to be a long process. It depends on the person, of course, and how much you have, how much you've healed, not only in this life, in whatever life, if you even believe that. In your childhood. Okay. Then the last two cards here is the Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune is immediately just saying, yeah, things are finally changing and the wheel is turning. The fortune, abundance, what we were talking about, lilies. Look, she's even dressed in red and she looks elegant, confident. She's sitting here amongst these beautiful flowers blossoming in this wide field full of potential and opportunities, guided as she waits for the fortune to roll in. After this period, now, soon, this is coming. This is here. This is now. Despite any moment that you might have, that you look at other cups in your life, and when I say other cups in your life, other cups that you are willing to call part of your own or to have as, how can I say this? Because the energy that's coming from this card is a bit different today. You're also looking at the moments where perhaps even your shadow did certain things, right? That you also maybe regret. And I wouldn't say regret, but it's definitely a moment. You see the way that she's looking at them? It's a moment after a long time that things have happened, or, you know, one gains awareness again and is able to look at these cups with a different, fresh point of view. Now that they're empty, now that things have evaporated, okay, to give these cups space for something else to be filled in them, for a different perspective, different energy. Not the one of fear, not the one of doubt, but of finding yourself, honoring yourself, doing things that contribute to not only you, but to the world. So yeah. The universe is inside you, for you are the luminous essence from which all stems. Let us give you thanks for this eternal blessing and great mystery. So let us find the Dragon Magic card, and then we're gonna get the frick out of here. Because it is hot, and I would love to be outside and change and get some breeze and sun on my face. Okay, remember when we're talking about the sun? Also, the sun is something that gives you energy, that can help you remember things, okay? Can help you even be in this state of love. You know, sometimes when you go to the beach and you just know that you're going to chill and to just experience the sun and just feel the sun, that type of energy can help you so much. And whenever you feel a calling, or when you get the first idea to go to a lake, to go outside, do it. Trust yourself. Trust these nudges. And I know sometimes people, you know, when you're in this shadow period, when you're still releasing, when you're still purifying, cleansing yourself even, you might have gone or are undergoing and releasing and grieving things that hurt. Things that, you know, at times used to stop you from being able to honor yourself. Things that stopped you from being able to see even the difference between your shadow and yourself. But in a way where it was chaotic. because there were so many different things that you were, you know, also busy with, and like having things shoved in your face, and work, school, friends, relationships, family, phone, movies. Where is the time that we take to think about our existence really? And we do every day, even in the smallest ways, even if we think about it or say it or don't. The way that we act also shows that. What were we talking about? Fortune all this time. And it says dragon magic, good fortune. This card represents a portal. We also got the gate here. This dragon magic represents a portal. Sorry. A portal. Oh, I kind of also want to have this card here. It's making sense. I'm sorry. Let me hold this properly. Okay. So this card represents a portal through which dragon consciousness can interact with human consciousness. Dragon consciousness is becoming more and more accessible. The powers of the elements, air, water, fire, and earth, are called upon to restore balance. I haven't read this book or this page in a long time, so when it came to referencing the elements, that was purely out of channeling, I swear to God. That's really nice. I'm really glad that that's also here. Dragon brings good fortune and magically transforms a situation in your life. Call upon reason, strength, and self-assurance, and through dragon energy, these powers will be granted to you. This auspicious time brings favorable and tangible results. Open your eyes to the beauty around you. Open your mind to the wonders of your life. Open your heart to those who love you. And always be true to yourself. Honor your individuality, baby. Okay, now I definitely need to get out of here. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope that you got insight from this reading and that it helped spark energy in you, or if not, resonant energy, or, you know, inspired you in whatever way. Thank you. I'd really appreciate it if you want to, you can subscribe, or comment, or like my page, and if you don't want to, that's okay, because if you stay this long, even, I'm so grateful. You know, all that I'm trying to, all that I feel that I can do is be here for you, is say what I'm guided to say, and whoever comes and listens and takes the time to listen. Wow, takes the time to listen. Who listens? There's a lot of listening. What were we talking about? Okay. I really hope that you find yourself. If you've lost yourself, if you're still in the shadow phase, if you're still in the dark night of the soul, if you're out of it, fucking congratulations. Look at you. Look at how far you've come. Be proud of yourself. I am proud of you. And I'm so sure your ancestors, your spirit guides, angels, if you believe in that, if you believe in God, any type of God, the universe, Mother Gaia, they see you. And how you choose to heal. And they are with you and there to help you whenever you need it. You can ask for this help, but they're also there whenever you forget to. So you are never alone. See you next time.